Real quick before this video starts, I just want to say a massive thank you to Space Ashes for editing this video. They have been on the grind editing a bunch of videos for me recently, so I greatly appreciate it. A link to their channel is in the description of this video. Definitely go check them out if you haven't. Also, this is taken from one of my request streams. We do these 2 to 3 times every week where people will send me in songs and albums and stuff like that. So if you want to be a part of those streams, get to be a part of reactions like this live, or just send in any music that you've been wanting me to listen to, definitely stop in for one of those. And yeah, enjoy the reaction. I'm genuinely like very fucking excited about this album. The first 2 Rammstein albums are really good. And then this is like their most beloved. This is the album that has the most acclaim. Track 1, My Heart Burns.
Mein Herz brennt.
Okay.
Sie kommen zu euch in der Nacht.
Sounds kind of like Cashmere. Kind of does a little bit, yeah.
Nun, liebe Kinder, geht Weihnacht. Mein Herz brennt.
Love me some Rammstein from Eurovision. They wouldn't be ready for such peak.
Mein Herz brennt.
This is, in fact, peak. That was a fantastic opener. Epic, like, sprawling in scale. These massive, wild strings over this track. The super blaring guitar tones as well. This feels like it's the heaviest Rammstein are getting so far. These guitar tones are absolutely wild. Hell of a tone setter. A hell of a tone setter. I'm feeling like a flat 9 on this. Yeah, this song is absolutely fucking wild. You can immediately tell that their sound has evolved since their last album, 100%. So adventurous immediately. Like, again, just even something as simple as adding strings into the mix is, like, kind of wild. Links 2, 3, 4. Oh, which is left 2, 3, 4. Whoa.
Da steckt es in der linken Brust. Links, 2, 3, 4, links. Links, 2, links, 2, links, 2, 3, 4, links.
Whoa. Crazy transition. Yeah, that song was hell of a follow-up to the opener. A political statement that is legitimately just as bold as you would expect from a politically based Rammstein song. A track that kind of feels like it's almost doubling down on the stereotype that has been put across to them and parodying it in a way that feels like them finding a way to let out their rage while still giving the people who would call them Nazis the finger at the same time. Genuinely a fucking fantastic track. The riffing on that song was epic as hell. The big, like, pounding marching pace of that track literally felt like a fucking whole ass army coming towards you or something like that. This song does such a great job at establishing scale and exploring that really well. I actually have Sonne. I'm probably saying that German title wrong. Sonne. I have, of course, heard this song.
1, 2, 3. Alle warten auf das Licht. Hier kommt die Sonne. 2. Und die Welt zählt laut bis 10. 1. Hier kommt die Sonne. Legt sich schmerzend auf die Brust. Das Gleichgewicht wird zum Verlust.
I like the very simple structure of this track. Like, it literally is verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Just allows the scale of the song, the crazy riffing. It just allows it to have lots of space to breathe, you know. One of the simplest songs, but it's so effective. The main verse riff is super simple. Yeah, absolutely. Everything on display is just like, I don't know, it's Rammstein doing less is more, but like it's so much more. This song is like basically perfect. The song is actually basically perfect. It's a high 9. Holy shit, this track is crazy. Again, such simplistic structure. It's just verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Not the most complex riffing, not the most complex ideas being presented in the lyrics. It literally is just big, blaring riffs, the most angelic fucking choir vocals, and some of the most legitimately grand and epic scale you can hear on like any like commercially successful metal track. Like, legitimately, it's crazy that this song kind of is as big as it is when it's as like focused on being as like massive as possible as it is. Like, I feel like you don't see songs like this get popular too much. It kind of feels like this is a weird exception to the rule, you know? I Want is the name of this song in English.
Ich will, dass ihr mir vertraut. Ich will, dass ihr mich versteht. Seht ihr mich? Könnt ihr mich spüren? Könnt ihr mich sehen?
No. Okay, listen. If you haven't listened to a lot of metal, I can see this, but like an actually legitimately great metal riff that actually stands out is not easy at all.
Wir wollen, dass ihr uns vertraut. Wir wollen eure Hände sehen. Könnt ihr mich spüren? Könnt ihr mich sehen?
This song, lyrically speaking, is one of the more fun tracks so far, like being just a very satirical look at what's going on in a singer's head. You know, these chants of "Can you hear me? Do you see me? Could you feel me?" Shit like that. Just like it's doing the most over-the-top grand version of like the singer seeing himself as controlling this crowd of millions of people, making it feel like a protest as opposed to like just a performance, if that makes sense. You know, it's not the most like complex song on the album up to this point. It's not the most musically interesting track on the album up to this point, but still, the song's very fun, and I'd give it a solid to high 8. Good shit. Fire at Will is the title of this track.
Getan wird, wer Schmerzen kennt. Feuer, frei!
An expert blending of electronics, excellent playing, the band are locked in as hell, great vocal performance as well. This riff does fucking slap. That shit was gas. That shit was actual gas. Another flat 9 on that. Oh my god, that was just a fire-ass riff. Incredible driving energy. The chants of bang bang. Hype as all hell. Song is just one of the most forward and no-holds-barred, just ridiculous examples of the band just putting out as much chaotic energy into a track as possible, and it just being so fucking kinetic. Everything here is just hype as all hell, man. They're really in their bag here with the sonic direction most of these tracks so far. But absolutely. They are just locking in with the riffing, locking in with the production, the blending of the electronic elements with the metal. It is so fucking refined here. It's so locked in. Like, it's so subtle, but it adds so much to the spookiness of like the previous song, or it's adding so much to the kind of frenetic, crazy textures of this track. I am absolutely adoring this. I think this album so far is the band being easily at just their most creative, at their most locked in songwriting-wise. We've got the title track up next, another song that I have heard.
Die Tränengreise Kinderschar, hab keinen Nabel auf dem Bauch.
Instrumental, the lead guitar is made for a wedding in 1994. Damn. From wedding music to this, hell of a transition.
Ich werd dir eine Krankheit schenken, daran sterben muss. Mutter!
Oh my seriously, the guitar work is insane. This is such a crazy like leap forward for the band. Wow. I forgot just how good this song was, dude. Obviously I've heard this song before. Okay, everyone's heard this shit before. But hearing it again, like in context with the album, it's just like absolutely insane. This song is the album reaching an emotional... It's like reaching its emotional peak. It's reaching its peak in terms of its scope. This is like the most epic sounding shit ever. That soaring guitar line over that chorus mixed with like these deep, murky like undertones that the song has. The way that this track just kind of so seamlessly is able to open up into something that literally feels like as explosive and as colorful and as I'm at a loss for words. I legitimately cannot believe how good this song is. I've heard the fucking song before, and album context just makes me realize just how brilliant it is, because this placement and kind of the build-up we've had to this point, such a great payoff. Such an incredible payoff. Easy 10. Easy.
Ein kleiner Mensch stirbt ein.
Music box.
In einer kalten Winternacht singt das Kind.
Whoa, that fucking bass tone. Oh, yeah.
Eine Melodie im Wind.
Yeah, Music Box is absolutely fucking incredible. The I don't know, the imagery of this track is so beautiful, dude. Seriously, the like storytelling is going kind of crazy on this album. It feels like they are like really honing in lyrically as well as musically. Like especially on this track, what's the song about? It's like this child letting out this song, some form of prayer, I'm guessing, and the child's prayer not being answered. You know, a realization at a very early age of the fact that the child is alone and that there is nothing, no angel to climb down and save this kid here. It's kind of stunning how, you know, very simplistic the track is musically speaking, and then it just has such a beautiful sense of imagery in its lyrics. The fact that this song is able to be as dark as it is, and is able to be as honest and kind of brutal in just how like unafraid it is to be a little bit more depressing than the rest of the album, and it still works. It still like comes across as being tonally in line with everything else. It still is able to carry over that epicness without sacrificing the heaviness for the sake of having something a little more beautiful here. This one's another low 9 for me. Twitter! Oh god. Fucking Zwitter translates to hermaphrodite. I see.
Ich habe Rein einen Kuss gestohlen. Sie wollte sich ihn wiederholen. Zwitter, Zwitter. Eins für mich. Eins für dich.
Okay, chat, I gotta be honest. I gotta be completely 100% honest. I don't know what the word hermaphrodite is. Don't know what the word hermaphrodite means. I've seen the word before. I just don't know what it means. So we're going to do a little Google. An organism that naturally produces both male and female reproductive cells, allowing reproduction with any other individual of the same species.
So bin ich dann auch nicht verzagt, wenn einer zu mir fick dich sagt. Gibt es nicht für mich.
So the worst song on the album, even if it goes hard. Yeah, the pitched up like Zwitter in the background it's a little annoying. There are some moments on this track that don't fully work for me. This fade out's a little weak as well, but honestly, all in all, this track still does Slap. It's a low 8 for me. I still think the writing's interesting. Still think it goes hard. It's just this track has a couple aspects that I'm not the craziest on, like the fade out, like the backing vocals. It still does go hard, and it still would get a low 8 from me. Like, still a great track, just the weakest of the bunch so far. Up next we have In Out. I wonder what this song could possibly be about.
Ich bin der Reiter, du bist das Ross. Rein, raus, rein. Das Leben kann so prachtvoll sein.
Life can be so splendorous. It's so silly. Hell of a transition. Chat, this is relatable music right here. You know what I'm saying? This is relatable. It's an immediate 10 out of 10. When in actuality, the song's probably closer to like a solid 9. Very pounding rhythm indeed. Yes, indubitably. The bridge, when he apologizes and is like, look, I gotta go. You know, there's other horses to be attended to. It's so silly. I love it when the band just get really goofy like that and they allow themselves to just make a song that's as fucking stupid as this. The production is like so fucking blaring and so heavy. The writing is as silly as it gets. There's nothing for me not to love about that track. There's nothing for me not to sit here and grin ear to ear about that song, you know? Next we have Goodbye. Next song is using the metaphor of music for a heroin addiction. That riff is so good. Like, it's able to feel so manic while being incredibly steady and well balanced as well. Oh my, it's so good. Oh my god. I love this fucking train beat as well on the verses. Such a random thing to get on a metal song, getting a fucking train beat. That's, like, dude, instrumentally one of the most exciting songs on the entire album. Crazy solo to add in there. Like, it's... I don't know if it was a synth that sounded like a guitar or a guitar that sounded like a synth. That was some weird effect shit going on. And it was, like, completely swept the rug out from under my feet. And then it just punches in. It's so perfectly. This song has such a great sense of timing and dynamics. You mix into the fact that this has one of the best, most like chugging riffs on the entire album. It feels like this shit is galloping towards you. That super fun train beat on the drums, on the verses as well. Everything on this track just comes together to create a song that feels like it's literally sprinting at 1,000,000 miles an hour and doesn't let up for a single second. Even like the quieter moments of the track are still so fast-paced. And the fact that the song is able to be that pummeling and that aggressive while still feeling tonally consistent without feeling like it goes too far off the rails or like it gets too overstuffed. I absolutely adored this track. This is a high 9 for me. Final song is Mist. That song's quite sad if I read along with the lyrics. I shall do so. Speaking of sad, something very sad that happened earlier while I was listening to the Silk Sonic album. I was, just doing my thing, listening to the album. I was playing Fortnite, alright? I was playing Fortnite. And listen, I was this close to winning. I came second place with the last guy on 80 health. And I was pissed, okay? I was like, playing so well. I was locked the fuck in. I was like, damn, I'm actually kind of like demolishing this shit right now, okay? And then I lose second place. And I get the last guy to 80 health. Nebel backwards is Leben, which means life in English. Interesting that we're ending with, like, a much softer song. Like, the most prominent example of the electronics as well here. Ooh. quite an emotional and pretty heavy way to finish the album. Despite being the least heavy song musically on the entire album, it's the heaviest lyrically, absolutely. Feeling a solid 9. The writing about this guy trying his hardest to remember his final moments with this person before she died, and kind of those memories starting to slip away with time, and not being able to cling on to them anymore, and being forced to face the reality of moving on. Rough shit. Damn. Yeah, the reverse title translating to life as well. Like the memory being like mist, but the reversal of that mist being life itself. Damn. Layers to this Rammstein song, dude. Jesus Christ. Yeah, instrumentally, I like that this is the most restrained of the album as well. A lot more focused on the dynamic range being, the verses being a lot more focused on being a lot more soft, a little bit more electronic focused. Of course, the song still has its heavier, grander moments. It hits a pretty, spellbinding crescendo towards the end there. But the rest of the track keeps itself fairly mellow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Mutter by Rammstein. This album is fantastic. It's the best Rammstein album up to this point, and I really don't see them exceeding this. I think this album is just S-tier metal. Absolute S-tier metal. Does the streamer could have a musical education? Well, I did music GCSE and passed. I played drums. He only knows drum stuff. I understand production. I can tell what's going on in a song, even if I don't have the words to describe it. I can tell what's going on in a song. No, this album, the fact that it has so many different tones, the fact that it's such a leap forward in terms of the band's sonic evolution, going from the electronics being just as big a factor in the music as the metal, to then the electronics taking a step back, the metal and just the raw heaviness and blaring aspects of these tracks being the focus, and then the electronics kind of just adding extra bits of texture, extra bits of tone to these tracks. It's an interesting choice and a bold switch that I think really pays off and allows the emotions of this album to swell even more so. I'm going to run the numbers. I'm going to tell you guys what my score for the album is, the arbitrary number that we assign to things that people take as the only thing that matters, in my opinion, in my comment section. Because remember, the number I assign to something is about as deep as my opinion goes. That's about right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling a 93 out of 100 on this album. Feeling a 93. This is an album I've wanted to listen to for a very long time. It's an album I've wanted to listen to fucking forever.